What? What, so you picked Mum up?
Yes.
Drove?
I think you drove, didn't you?
Maybe I drove. But you'd have had to have got to our house first.
Yes, well, that was
Yeah,
not
anyway.
much traffic.
Went to this restaurant? What did you have?
Oh, good heavens.
Good. No idea. Nothing that you would mention was spectacular.
I
No.
couldn't tell you what I had yesterday, wasn't I?
So, after you had,
Yes, I could.
Yes, you had a Caesar salad yesterday,
Yeah.
didn't you? Right.
so you had dinner
Yes.
and no dancing?
No.
No dancing.
So home?
Yes.
When was the next time you caught up?
Oh, I don't know now.
I don't know, but it was about 6 weeks later that we became engaged.
Did Dad get down on one knee?
I'm sorry?
Did Dad get down on one knee?
No. Actually, you didn't.
No, I didn't. No.
No.
Well, I had a leg in plaster. What do you expect?
No, the plaster was off by then. Stop finding excuses. You should have got down on one.
So how did you propose, Dad?
I don't know now.
I can remember quite clearly. Why he said this, I don't know, but he said, there's something I'm going to ask you. You'll probably say no. And I thought, he's propositioning me. Anyway, he then said, will you marry me?
I think that was the only thing I said.
Yeah. Anyway, and I said yes.
I wouldn't have got a chance to say much more.
And so, what do you mean you didn't have a chance to say no?
I didn't have a chance to say much more.
To say much more.
Where were you at the time?
Oh, probably sitting in the car.
Sitting in the car out front of Mum's?
Probably. Yes. No, it wasn't.
No, it was Water's Edge at Drummoyne somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
Overlooking the bay or something like that, yes.
Near Rhode Island?
No, the other side.
Other side. On the muddy side.
Yeah.
In those days.
So, you proposed. Mum said yes.
Mm.
Then what did you do?
I went home.
He went home. Oh, you drove me home
first. Yes.
You didn't say that.
No, did you call? Did you go and see E.G.? Did you?
I did probably
Oh yes, that was.
a few days.
My grandmother was visiting
Yes,
from
I
Perth at
remember
the
her.
time, and she was going to be leaving in a few days' time, and we thought, well, if we're going to say something, we should say something before Nana went back to Perth. And we looked at the time frame, and there were things that were happening, but there was one night, it was actually the night before she left, that we worked out that the family my family would be home and John's family would probably be home. And as my father walked out the door that morning to go to work, he called out to my mother, oh, I'll be in late this evening. Bert Harris and I are going off to, I forgot what they were going to do. And I thought, that is our last opportunity before Nana goes. So Bert was a good friend of Dad's, and so during the day I called him and I said, oh, I believe you and Dad have plans for this evening. I said, would it be a problem if you cancelled out on them, because a friend of mine is going to come and ask Dad a very important question. And Bert was father of 6 kids, and he worked out very quickly. And Dad arrived to see to us, and there were Nana and Mum and myself all there waiting, John, and with that
Were
Dad...
you a bit nervous on the way?
No.
Had you met? Were you met?
Oh yes,
Oh,
he'd
yes,
met
yes,
them, he'd come to
yes.
dinner a few times, etc. And I had said to Bert, you don't need to say anything to Dad. And the next thing, Dad arrived, and as he came to the door, rather than letting himself in, he did a rattled up tat, tat, tat on the door, and I thought, he knows. And he came in with a bit of a grin on his face, but looking at the floor, you see. And anyway, after permission was granted.
So what did you say to AJ?
Oh, gee, I don't know. He probably said to me, shh, I'm listening to the cricket.
No. No, we exchanged pleasantries while Dad continued to look at the floor, and then you asked in front of Mum and Nana, etc. And
So you had to ask in front of everybody?
oh yes. Well, nobody was going anywhere. We were all sitting around being social, weren't we? And yes, I can
What
remember.
did AJ say?
I think he went and locked the front door.
To stop you getting away. Oh yes, very funny, very funny. My mother was absolutely stunned. I just don't think she had expected it. And but for some reason very pleased. Nana was thrilled to pieces that she was there, and that was all part of her excitement. After I said to Dad, you knew, didn't you? And he said, I had an idea, and I said, what made you think that? He said, well, Bert rang me and he said, we're cancelling out tonight. He said, because you've got to go home, because there's something pretty important that's going to happen that you need to be there for. And he said, I thought about it, and he said, I knew I hadn't won the lottery because I didn't have a ticket. So he said, I sort of worked out what he was talking about. So there we go.